I wanted to make a quick video on how you could install custom recoveries and firmware if your device has a locked bootloader. Now, if you're on Verizon, it could be a bit of a pain to get it unlocked because they like to put proprietary software that makes it difficult to do that. So this is one method to do it. A disclaimer, just to let you know that there is a high chance you could hard brick your phone. It is risky to do it. So if you were to modify any of these files, be extremely careful on what you do because it can hard brick your phone. I am not liable for any damage you do to your phone. So from here, right, you want to find the respective RUU to whichever phone you want to download. Now this is to the Droid DNA, right? An official RUU. You want to put that in the same folder as the extractor. You want to run the extractor in preferably a Linux terminal. And from here you want to decrypt the RUU, or you want to extract the RUU. You want to extract the ROM. This is what you're doing. You're just extracting the ROM. Type U and click enter. It might take a minute depending on how fast your computer is. Extracting ROM.zip. Cool. So from here, right, you have a key index, you have chunks, you have the main version, right? You want to take note of this. Keep it on a notepad somewhere, because once you go back and encrypt this ROM, you want to, once you decrypt this ROM, you want to encrypt it the same way, right? So X, go back to the main menu, go back to the extractor, and now you want to decrypt the ROM. I'm on an HTC Droid DNA, so I'm gonna go 16, and from here it's decrypting the ROM, and it's gonna put it in a file called output after it's finished. So now it's in the file called output. From here you can open it up, and now you can edit any file in here that you want to. What you would do is you would take whatever image, like let's say you have a recovery, you would take that recovery, you would open up come on, open Dynamo. So yeah, you would basically open up this file, and then you could just drag and drop it in there, and it'll overwrite whatever file you want to overwrite. Just make it the same name. So if you want to overwrite the recovery, you could replace this file and rename it to recovery.sign and just drag and drop it in there. Now the other portion is the android.info. Now depending on whatever phone you have, you'll have to edit these values, right? Because sometimes it won't flash depending on the android.info. So the way this is right now, it probably wouldn't flash. I remember when I tried this method, I had to change this file to this over here, right? I had to copy this over and just completely change it and paste it, and then when you click save, you'll probably want to save it here, then open it back up, and then copy over the Android info. That's a very important step, right? So once you go back to encrypt this ROM, right, that information that I gave to you earlier, that the program gave you earlier, you want to copy it back over. So this is the version, and then the key index, and then the chunks. Now if you are a computer science major, it's probably based on the size of the ROM itself. It's probably where these values are coming from. So if you do add a recovery that's a lot bigger or a lot smaller, it might not flash. You might run into some problems, and that's where we come back to you hard bricking your phone. It's very possible. It is a high chance you can do it. This is like a last ditch effort, last resort, if you just really want to get your phone unlocked. This is, or have a custom recovery on it. This is just one way to do it. Now from here, it's just gonna encrypt and do its thing. I'm gonna close out of it because I don't need to do it again. But so now it's finished. Just exit out of it. And now you want to run HTC Fastboot. You would put it in download mode. So HTC Fastboot, reboot, download. And then from there, after you do that, you want to flash the device all the way. So you want to do HTC Fastboot flash zip uh rom.zip or whatever you call it, and from there you should be able to flash it. Now, like I said, there's a chance that you could brick it doing it this way, but like this is like if there's no other way to get it on, if to get a recovery on your device, this is one way you could do it.